Hello again, MMA True Believers. I am Jason BURGOS for Sherdog.com, and I have the pleasure of being joined by one of the best bantamweights of the last decade. He has dominated Asian MMA for years as a champion in Dream, and now as the current and best bantamweight champion in one championship history. He is the Flash. He is Bibiano Fernandes. Mr. Flash, sir. Thank you for the time today to talk current events in your life and just talk, current events in your career. There's so much to talk about.
Right? I live for 16 years here, but about here, it's not that bad. You know what I mean? Like people here, people is in Canada, especially in Vancouver. It's not that bad, you know what I mean? It's pretty good. People get sick, people recover, you know what I mean? It's not that bad here. But in Brazil, it's pretty bad out there. And in Seattle, it's bad, but now it's okay out there too.
I mean, and you have, because you've been in this business for so long, and you're from Brazil, so, I'm sure you have family and then friends in Brazil, in Asia, from fighting in Asia for so long, in Washington, because you trained there, you spent a lot of time there, and have you had any friends or family in different parts of the world that have been affected by the virus, that got sick and stuff like that?
Yeah, I did. I have a friend, from Brazil, he died with coronavirus. He did it. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I have a couple of friends in Brazil have the coronavirus. But what happened? Two get it better, no problem. But another one, you have some problem. You have the heart problem, or have something in the brain. I don't know what it is. And he's have some another disease. You know what I mean? And that's affect here. But I believe if you have no problem, you will get it better. You have to be strong. You know what I mean? You have to take care of yourself. And I don't think you're gonna have a problem. But if you have another disease inside your body, maybe that's coronavirus get strong.
You haven't fought since October, which isn't too long, but it could be very long because one championship is not really sure when it's going to happen. They're talking about maybe June 5th, but that's still not 100%. So by the time you get to fight again, it could be 8, 9, maybe more months. Has this become difficult for you, financially, without being able to fight for so long? Or for someone that's been in the business 16 years, are you guys kind of at a point with your life financially that you really don't need to fight to live comfortably? You can live comfortably without it.
You know why? Okay, I live in the expensive country in the planet called Canada. It's very expensive, everything here. You know what I mean? It's very expensive to live in this country. Yes, I save my money. I make some smart investment. And I have to fight. No, I'm okay. You know what I mean? But for the challenger, yes, I want to go there, compete again. You know what I mean? And for me, I think the way I did so many years, fight, and the money I make, I save my money. I don't spend my money. You know what I mean? I have kids, I have responsibility, take care of the house, and that's helped me. You know what I mean? Getting responsibility for life. I think that's big key here, and not spend all the time. Spend. That helped me, and for me, go back to that fight is more for the challenger. You know what I mean? That's I will interest to do it again.
And I love talking to fighters.
One championship is pretty good to us, you know what I mean? If you reach that level there, one championship look after you too.
And I love talking to fighters about, what they've done with their money and how they use it, because you guys in MMA aren't making what they're making in the NFL or professional soccer and some of these things like that. So do you have any tips for fighters out there, because you've been around for so long? How did you I know James Krause in the UFC, he invested in businesses, so he has various businesses, or he bought a building and then people pay rent. How did you just invest it in certain things? Do you own businesses, stuff like that?
Yes, I have some investment. I invest with some friends of mine, you know what I mean? We do some investment. And I have investment in Canada, some investment in Brazil, but not crazy, you know what I mean? I can live, you know what I mean? If everything go, I can still go Bibiano, I can still go keep it going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have to go crazy, but the thing is be smart what you do, you know what I mean? Because in the business, right now, if you have a lot of things you rent, nobody wants to pay your rent right now. Everything's empty right now. The gym I training right there. The guy asked for pay the rent, everything. Everybody's. If you have a rent, you will be no good position right now. For this, I'm glad I don't have my school year. But but I invest my money in another direction too.
Now let's talk about your career. The first thing I want to talk about is you have fought Kevin Belengon 4 times, and your last 3 fights have been against him. Is it fair to say at this point, if you never see Kevin Belengon the rest of your life, you will be a happy man?
You know what? You have to be very smart here, right? Because when you go, what about Kevin Belengon? Yes. Why the first question is why I have fought so many times? The first question.
Yeah.
So many guys, and I go to buy numbers, right? The business number is Kevin Belengon have a lot of followers in Manila, Filipinos. You know what I mean? Filipinos score for fight. And when you go for the numbers, now it will make sense why the fight had to be pushed so hard for fight Kevin. You know what I mean? But I fight that guy. I finish like right away. The second fight was a war. You know what I mean? But I still believe I win the fight too. But that's okay. You want to give it to Kevin? That's okay. And I come back later. I was knocking it. I knock it out 1. I take it out 2 times. I take the back. I mount. And he throw like illegal elbows in my bag. Now I move for next fight, but I don't understand why that guy making illegal did some elbow, like he hit me very hard to find behind my back. But I still have fight that guy next fight. That doesn't make sense, but that's okay. I'll go there and I fight that guy. Now, I hear people say, "Oh, you have fight here one more time." Come on, really? what's going on here? What happened here? You know what I mean? For me, it makes sense, but maybe I have something beyond that I cannot see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know why? I think I finished that guy. I finished this guy, you know what I mean? It's no close. Yeah. The last one is no close. The second one is try to play game with my mind, you know what I mean? The people try to play game with my mind. The second one, now I said, you know why? I go there, and now the number 4, now I destroy here again. Now he wants me to fight one more time, 5 times. I don't know why. I try to understand why this. What's going on here? Yeah. Maybe some big business out there.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, you have been in the sport 16 years. For someone like you who has had such success, won titles in different promotions, I'm sure it gets more difficult. You know, especially when, like you just mentioned, having to fight the guy so many times. It gets difficult to go to the gym, beat yourself up, do all the training. You know, and I'm sure you have to reach a point where what interests you is the scary fight, the challenge, like you mentioned earlier, competitiveness, like something that pushes you. Do you still enjoy just being a champion and defending the title against whoever is next, or are you at a point where you want opponents that are dangerous, a real challenge, something that'll push you, the money fight or something like that at this point in your career?
I don't think you want to have the money fight there. The guys don't play that game, you know what I mean? UFC have the guy maybe, I want to fight that guy, have money fight, but for me, if you ask Bibiano, what kind of guy you want to fight today? I go say Cejudo, the guy fight Dominic Cruz, the last one.
Yeah.
Cejudo, right? He's the Western guy. Because why? Because he's the champion, and it could be good fight for another organization. That's gonna be good fight. How much money I gonna make it there? I have no idea. You know what I mean? But that's the challenge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's gonna be the challenge for me, because that will motivate me. Okay, he's the best, the UFC, you know what I mean? And one championship. Let's see who's the best, one championship or UFC. That's gonna be my interest in that.
Yeah.
And who's the winner? The fans go in the fight, you know what I mean? The fan go in the fight. And he's a good fighter, you know what I mean? That's gonna be a good fight to my challenge. That's gonna be a good fight. But one championship don't have like, okay, you don't have that money fight. That is, don't play that game. Make sense what I say?
Yeah. But Yeah, I mean, and the tough thing, you know, we all would want that fight. That would make a lot of sense versus you and Cejudo, but we all know with big promotions, it's hard for those kinds of things to happen, and it often doesn't, and UFC doesn't like to co-promote. The fight a lot of people would probably like to see because of his name value would be like John Lineker, because he's had success in the UFC, he's a big name. Is that a fight that interests you at all? Do you feel like that's a noteworthy opponent, or do you feel someone else in the division is more deserving of a title shot before someone like John Lineker?
You know what? John Lineker can be a good fight, Sean. You're right. He can be a good fight, but the thing is, for Bibiano, I don't say I want this guy, I want that guy, because it really is one champion decision at the end. At the end of the day, you have to make the decision, and I have to sit with my manager and sit with my coach, and they say yes or not. You know what I mean? But I never say no for one championship. Never in my life. He say, okay, Bibiano, you fight this guy, I was there. Bibiano, you fight that guy, I was there. For the General Lineker, if you want to fight me, yes, it's going to be good to fight that guy, because you have good name, you fight UFC, and that's going to be very good challenge for myself too.
Why not at this point? Because you've been around so long. You've done so much for one championship, really helping bring one championship to another level. You know, you just turned 40. You can't do this forever. Why not be the guy that says, you know what? I've done this all. I want this kind of fight. Even as someone like Georges St-Pierre, who's as honorable, respectable in martial arts, he at one point said, I want to fight Nick Diaz. That's the fight I want. Why not be that guy that says, you know, I want John Lineker?
But I already said the fight I want. Cejudo, that's going to be the fight I want. You know what I mean? But maybe that's not gonna happen because it's another promotion. You know what I mean? Maybe one championship got picky here. Okay, come fight for us. We don't know the future. You know what I mean? But what kind of fight? That's gonna be good fight for fight. Like that's gonna be good fight. Another guys, one championship. I think I defeated everybody out there. You know what I mean? I did. I defeat everyone there 3 times. 3 times I went to the organization, like 1 and 2, and now 3. 3 times I clean everybody down there.
I mean, thinking about that, you've pretty much, you have cleaned out the division multiple times. Is there a part of you that it seems like the only test left is to go to the UFC? Is that even an option? Are you going to be a free agent soon, or do you still have many more fights left on your deal with one championship?
No, I still have to. I still talk with the one championship. I think the one championship is it's very nice to me. One championship will help me a lot. If I turn my back for one championship, I think it's that not fair. You know what I mean? Say, okay, guys, whatever. I don't think it's fair. The promotion still grow. It still grow, the promotion out there. The coronavirus is going to happen right now. But soon, I believe soon everything will come in. No, normal. I don't think I was go back in the normal game, but I think it will come to adjustment for us keep it move for everybody. I don't believe it go normal. I don't believe it go back to the normal before. I don't believe in that. But I believe it come adjustment for your new future, new generation, whatever is coming for us. And one championship will help me a lot. Asia helped me a lot. You know what I mean? Fight to Asia, I learned a lot. I think fight that way there. And I don't. For this, I have to wait to see what happens with the World Championship. I finished. I did a lot of MMA. I did it, but at this point right now, I still have a small child home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But soon, 2 years, 3 years from now, I go retire for this.
So talking about like being in one championship, you know, the competitive things, the challenges, since there's, you know, not something clear in bantamweight since you've dominated the division, is something like maybe going up to featherweight so you don't have to cut weight, so you can become a champ like Ongla Ansong, like Martin Nguyen has done. Would that be something that would interest you? Maybe going up for featherweight for a fight or two?
Maybe. But the thing is now, I have to be very smart here, right? I have to play very smart the game here. Because it's a game, you don't forget.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
The MMA is a game. You have to understand the way you want to play. You know what I mean? When you want to know the way you want to play, it's easy. You will keep it going. But if you don't know the way you play, it gets very difficult. For this, you have to know, talk to your manager, talk to your coach, you know what I mean? That guy always want the best for you. This guy always want the best for you, and always this guy go look out of, like, not inside the box, but beyond the box. Okay, if you always do this, I have interest fighting featherweight. Yes, I do. You know what I mean? But I have as many questions why I have to go there, because you know what I mean. But for this, I have to wait a little bit, and yeah, I have interest for fight featherweight. See how I do it there, but no. Let's see what happens in the future.
All right, fair enough. What are your thoughts on the UFC promoting events right now? They really are the only ones in the world doing it. Are you totally for it, and on some level, on a fun level, kind of are jealous of the UFC fighters that they're being active, making money, being, having fights? Or are you one of those people that are kind of uncomfortable with it and happy that one championship hasn't had to make you make that choice of fighting or not, during a global pandemic?
Do you know what? If I have to fight, I will do it. No problem. For me, if I have to go there, Asia compete, yeah. About be jealous because one UFC where you do the show? No, I'm not. Because Jacaré getting coronavirus, yep. You know what I mean? Another day, another guy. Yesterday, another guy getting very sick out there, UFC too. For me, yes, if fight, making money is important, yes. But more important is my health. You know what I mean? My health is more important. If I go out to bring my family sick, that's not a smart thing to do. Yeah. But I want to compete again, for sure I want. But I believe One Championship is very smart organization. The people in Asia is very smart the way he think. And I know One Championship will be there for many years. I know that. Go be there for many years, and let's see what the kind of plan this guy will come with. When he come with a plan, when the first show begin, the show will keep it going, don't stop. For now, I think he go wait a little bit because he care about the athletes. One championship, he care about the athletes. The money is good, but it's still good to them.
Yeah. Now a big fight for this last question. A big fight, hopefully this year for one, will be a fight with your teammate and longtime friend Demetrious Johnson against the current flyweight champion and one Adriano Moraes.
Adriano Moraes.
Yeah. Demetrious has done well in one and has been great, but he's had some moments where he's gotten some guys that gave him some tough rounds and stuff like that. Do you think Moraes will be his toughest test yet, or is there nothing Moraes will give him that Demetrious hasn't already seen in his career, or that you, a world-class grappler, don't show him and see in training all the time?
No. I show you for JJ. I show you everything grappling. I show you everything. I help you with this grappling a lot. You know what I mean? But step in the day for the fight is with him. Yeah. You know what I mean? The skill is with the JJ. You know, the mentality for fight is a mentality. You know what I mean? But the grappling level, I show you, and he's very humble for learning. You understand? Does he get it better there? 100%. Same he helped me stand up, and the boys help each other, complement very good. You know what I mean? And about Adriano Moraes pretty good too. You know what I mean? I'm very excited to see that fight will happen because Adriano Moraes is very big for his weight class. You know what I mean? And for this is strong. And I want to see how the fight go, but I have to see what happens. You know what I mean? I trained to DJ for many years, and let's see how's everything go. Go be very good fight to everybody watch. That can be very, very, very good fight.